Hello, hello, hello. This is the Muzilog Magazine Podcast. I'm Samuel Archer, your host. And today we have a very, very, very special guest in the building. She goes by the name Tasha Scott. And we want to welcome her to the show. How are you doing today, darling? How are you?
Hello, everybody. I am well. Blessed and my favorite. Excited for this day, this beautiful interview. I'm just me, and I'm present here with you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you're blessed and highly flavored as well?
Absolutely, darling.
She's Okay, I'm happy to have you. Happy to have you. Shout out to Mr. Carver and the crew for
Shout
making
out to
this
Cobb and the
happen.
crew.
Yeah,
Yes.
and because without important people, I
None
wouldn't
of
be.
this could happen
Yeah,
without the behind the scene magic.
behind. There you go. There you go. There you go. So you have a couple of good things going on. You do some acting. You do some singing. It looks like you do voiceovers too, because you were changing characters as we were warming up here and there. So I'm hoping that we have the regular, out of a full 24-hour day, at least the 15-hour Tasha Scott is who we have on the show, unless
unless one of them creeps in, right?
unless we have another character creeping in, and then we have to like, okay, who are you? Which one is this?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I know. Okay, so where do you hail from?
Okay, I hail all the way from Louisville, Kentucky.
Mm.
I was born and raised there for 10 years in Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky. That's where I started my career as a singer.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out in the great projects of Southwick. So I
Mm.
started there. I started out in church, of course. And then I went on to want to pursue a career at the age of 8. I was in a talent show there in my neighborhood. They didn't want me to be on the show because they said that it was closed down. And I cried and I ran home and I told my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, I had the whole little sob story, like, oh, mom, I want to sing, I want to sing. But she knew that I could sing, and so she didn't want anybody to tell her baby no. So she marched me back up to the talent show, and basically they told her, ma'am, it's closed, we don't have rooms. So she told a little fib, let me just say a little fib, that my uncle at the time, he was working for Motown in Detroit. He was actually, from my understanding, that he was actually doing the wiring, basically the electrician for Motown when they were building Motown in Detroit. So she basically told them that her uncle was coming to Kentucky to film her for her music career. So they got excited about it. And so they said, oh no, they was like, oh wow. Basically, they saw, oh wow, how that goes. So they basically said, okay, well, we'll let her come on and sing. So basically, I did. I went on to do the talent show, and I won all across the board. So then that's when my mom asked me, was this something that I wanted to do? Was to pursue a singing career? And of course, I told her. Yes. So from there in Kentucky, it took me all a bit of 3 years to become really, really, really big in Kentucky. I did Channel 41 called Fun Around Downtown. I stopped the whole talent show. The mayor came down. They took pictures with me, and I had an 8-piece band at the time. And so my career took off in Kentucky for a period of 3 years. So by the time I was 10, I basically had a vision, this notion, this energy that I needed to go to a bigger city. So I told my mom, it's either California or New York. And as we sat around the dinner table, we took a quarter and we flipped it, and it was either New York or California. Of course, California won, and I'm so glad California won because I love LA. So she packed us all up. She packed four children. She has five children. She packed the four children up, and we took a Greyhound bus to Los Angeles, California, to pursue my career at the tender age of 10. So by the time I came to Los Angeles, of course, my mind wanted to be a star. I wanted to be on Star. I wanted to be on Solid Gold, Soul Train, and all the festivities.
Solid Gold. Okay.
Solid Gold. You remember
I
Solid
remember
Gold, right?
Solid Gold. Yeah,
Yeah,
Marilyn
because
McCool. Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah, yeah,
Me as a kid sitting at home, this is what I saw at the age from 8 to 10. Solid Gold, Soul Train, and all the other fabulous shows at the time and radio stations and all your superstars
hmm
from the Commodores, the Whispers, Stevie Wonder, Patti LaBelle. Mind you, I had met all of those people in the 3 years that I was on my way up to stardom
hmm
in
hmm
Louisville. And all of them told me that, well, they told my mom, if you get her to California, she's golden. She is sure, sure, sure to be a star. She has basically the golden ticket, as Willy Wonka says. She has the golden ticket. So we took a Greyhound bus and came to Los Angeles to pursue my career. Now, a little back. I was singing in nightclubs from the age of 8 all the way till about 21. So I started out singing in nightclubs in Kentucky from 8 to 10, moved to California. My mom knew if I could get her in a nightclub, then that's she felt like that was the door open, because a lot of people hung out at the clubs and they wanted to feel good and hear the feel good music. I was so used to singing with an 8-piece band so that I could get up on stage and tell the band A flat, B flat, sing a song, blah blah blah, and bring the house down at 10 years, 8 to 10 years old, basically. So they were just like blown away at this big voice, in California, like, oh my God. So I started meeting all these great people in the Chitlin circuit in
hmm
California. So run it all together, I ended up meeting different people. I ended up meeting Miss Marla Gibbs, uh, just all these
Okay.
amazing people in the television world. And they were telling me that I needed an agent. And we thought an agent basically was a manager to be on Solid Gold, Soul Train, and all of those different things to find a
hmm
go to Motown, because Motown was also in Los Angeles. So that was one of my goals, was to be signed to Motown. So my mind, I'm thinking record deal, recording artist, because that was my first love. That's all that
hmm
I knew. So I ended up getting an agent. I'm telling you a whole story.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Go
ended
ahead.
up I ended up getting an agent, and I was signed with a acting agent for about a year, and I didn't work. I didn't understand what that was when I was going out and I was going in there and I was reading for these producers and directors, and I was reading these things for these television shows, all these things that I was watching. And I was telling my mom, that's not what I want to do. That's not my niche. That's not my thing. I want to be a recording artist. So I ended up getting another agent, and I started going out. I kind of like learned the ropes or whatever when I was
hmm
going
hmm
out, watching the other young girls, kind of mimicking what they did and all that. And I was just like, oh, this is not working for me. Let's just keep me in the clubs and singing. Let's get this record deal thing going on. So in the midst of that, I was still singing and meeting a lot of producers and writers, and I started recording in their homes and different things like that. Then I met Marla Gibbs, and she introduced me to some different people as far as television. I ended up getting another agent, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're a natural. You're a natural." I was like, this is not what I do. She said, basically, if you just be yourself, you're going to skyrocket,
mm
skyrocket. So I just started kind of changing my look. I started, putting a little weave in my hair. I started doing the colored eyes. I started working on my body. I started working on like some of the stuff that I was seeing on television, and I was just making it my own. So by the 80s and the 90s, I started booking. I was booking nonstop in the 80s and the 90s because I actually took it on. I just said, okay, let me jump into it and take it on. My agent told me just to be myself. So every
mm
time I would go into an audition, I would basically go in there and just be myself. And I mean, when I tell you I would go in there, they would be cutthroat. They look at you, no smile, no nothing. So all I said was, you're funny, You're amazing. You got a lot of energy. So just take that in there with you. And I did. So I was booking nonstop from the 80s and 90s. So that's just the reason why my resume looks, as I can say, I was on Star Search, Amen, 227, Webster, Throb, Finale Boys, Frank's Place, Snoops. I did South Central. I did a TV movie with Whoopi Goldberg called Camp Cucamonga. I did Troop Beverly Hills with Shelley Long and Craig T. Nelson. Like the resume just started going when I was basically, Carver, stop texting me because you making my mind go. I told you don't do that. Anyway, so uh so anyway, as I was going through all of that, I found my niche as far
Mhm, mhm,
as the acting and
mhm,
everything
mhm,
that I did as far as the acting, I was able to
mhm.
sing and dance. So this is why they were basically saying she's a triple threat. She has everything. So that's when I started seeing, oh wow, I can do it all because my mom did tell me, basically if you do if you do uh singing, that the acting, commercials, and all of that is what makes the star. You see what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm,
That's what makes the star. So yeah, so I started out as an 8-year old kid. Well, if I started singing at 5, I went professional at 8,
mhm,
and I
mhm,
was
mhm,
singing with you name it, every celebrity that came through uh the big palladiums and all of those in Kentucky. Tasha Scott made her way on stage to sing with them. So when I got to California and I was reintroduced to all these people, they remembered me.
mm.
So basically, yeah, so it's so much more. So
But
if you
but
want
but
to ask the questions, I have the answers for them.
oh, okay, okay. So we were going at like 120 miles an hour just now. I mean, we need to just take a little breath here,
Well,
because
come on.
I've been so long. I wanted to shout out mom, because when you said mom told a white lie, I was like, well, go mom, because at least mom had the insight to understand what needed to be said in the moment.
Absolutely.
Especially when she, so who marched who back to the audition? Did she march you back, or did you march
She Come on now. Think about this. Think about this. You got a mother that
Mm-hmm.
worked 2 jobs, 5 children in
Mm.
the projects, seeing the talent that all of her children had.
Mm-hmm.
She
Mm-hmm.
also wanted to be a singer and a dancer, but her mom, it was like a no-go. So when she saw it in me, yeah,
Mm.
she took me by my hand, and you got this project mama marching back up to.
One of my questions was, when you said the first part, I was actually thinking of asking you if your mom had like desires to pursue something, because that's what a parent who had that desire would make sure
Yes.
that their child, at least they'll give you that support
Yes.
to get there. So that's so amazing.
Yes,
That is
I
so
never,
amazing.
I never heard my mother like sing, but I know she had the ear. But she did play the piano,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, obviously she had some type of voice because I did remember a story where she was almost getting ready to be in the group, the New Birth. And I remember,
Oh,
yeah, I remember that was one of the songs that she had made me sing as a little girl. Until It's Time for You to Go by the New Birth.
okay, okay,
So
okay.
she had this thing, she had a gift, but I was never really able to witness the gift that she had. But then if I can honestly say, if I look at myself, I
Mm-hmm.
see the gift. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
So
Now,
yeah.
now, so you talk about your siblings. Are your siblings also somewhat into talent, or they pursued different things?
I'm the only girl of 5, so I have 4
Mm-hmm.
brothers. It's me, Raymond, Curtis, me, Jolly, and Mikey. My youngest brother, may he rest in peace. He's gone,
Oh, oh,
but
sorry to hear that.
he was like a genius kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
he had he had, I guess, what they call today autism, but
Okay.
we
Okay.
didn't know what that was at the time. He was just very,
Mm-hmm.
very beyond, like he was very, very smart. So
Mm-hmm.
he did like he kind of like followed in my footsteps of he was a director, he was a dancer, but he was more behind the scenes type of person and
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
creative type person. My
Okay.
brothers, they all were into sports. So yeah, I was the only one that had like the ability to be a performer and entertainer as far as music.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned church, like you started in church. Now, was mom involved with that, or you had like like a specific choir director, or there was some maybe an auntie or someone else in church
My
pushing you
my
guys
mother
forward?
my mother
Mm-hmm.
did everything. My mother was a promoter for one.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the brains to direct, promote, and do all of that. So when she heard that I could sing, of course she tried to get me and my brothers together to sing, but they didn't want to hear it. So of course I was in the choir and I was singing and I had this huge, 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 huge voice at such a tender age, that it
Mm-hmm.
was just like unbelievable. So I started singing out in church, and of course some things happen at a young age in church, and I was like, oh no, that's not for me. So that's when I ran towards the R&B world,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Mm-hmm.
just melted all into me, and I ran with that.
Okay, okay. Now, I know we're going to be talking about a project. Well, you have a new single coming up, but you do have some music that was released already.
Yes.
What was it like getting that part of your, uh, well, how to frame this one here? Because you were in the acting world. Now, you didn't really mix it, or was it a point where you did some acting, but then you dropped a record here and there? Did one happen after? What was the sequence?
The sequence was I was working all on television,
Mm-hmm.
in Los Angeles. And like I said, I was able to do it all. So when I was on the TV show South Central, I believe we did nine episodes. I think 10 because of the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
So when when it didn't go as far as we thought it would,
Mm-hmm.
it got canned basically. I don't really like to use the word canned, but it got canned.
I remember.
Yes, South Central.
Yeah.
So the day of the rap party, I was very sad about it, and there was a band there, and my mom was like, "Oh, you're most happy anyway, T, when you're singing." So, she just tried to pep me up.
Yeah.
She says, "So go sing." And I got up on the stage and I started singing. And there was a guy there by the name of John O'Cohan. He heard me sing and he was like, "Oh my God, you're amazing, you're amazing, you're amazing. I want to introduce you to Michael Jackson." Of course, he led with Michael Jackson because it was MJJ
Mm-hmm.
music. So he led with Michael Jackson. And me and my mom, we chuckled because by the time I was 14, 15, I had met Michael through Stevie Wonder, Bill Bray, and Bonnie. I
Mm-hmm.
had met Michael. There's a whole story behind that. But I had
Okay.
met Michael, and I had recorded about 6 or 7 songs in the Encino home when I was 14, 15. So we chuckled when he said it, and he was like, "Oh, I want to introduce you." And so we did tell him, I met him and, what I had did and whatever, the case may be in the studio in the Encino home. So he took me up to Sony slash MJJ, and I met Jerry Greenberg. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how music, the door opened for the music to take off. But by that time, I was 23, 24 when
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
actually got signed to a record label. So you think from the age of 10 coming to Los Angeles to 23, 24 is when I
Mm-hmm.
got my deal with Michael Jackson's record label. And that's how
Okay.
the music spun off. And that's actually the project that I'm going to release all these years. Because I felt it didn't get released, so I feel like I was a jewel. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The
Mm-hmm.
diamond in the bottom of the barrel that you say, "Oh, there it
Mm.
is. There it is.
Yes,
Let's
yes, yes.
pluck that one out," because everybody else was released except me. So that's
Mm.
how the the music actually opened up, and I was still doing the acting and stuff along the way,
Mm-hmm.
but that when I got the deal, that's when the door really opened for the music. So later on, I kind of took a back seat and raised the family and blah blah blah. And then I ended up doing an EP, and I ended
Mm-hmm.
up co-writing with a couple of writers, and I released the EP a few years ago, and then I polished it. I'm good at polishing the diamond. You understand what I'm saying? I polished the diamond and I reintroduced it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when everybody took a listen. It was like, oh, that's Tasha Scott. That's T. Oh my God, her voice is so amazing. It's the diamond that everybody is like, give me the diamond so I can
Mm-hmm.
polish
Mm-hmm.
it. So I released that, and then I waited,
Mm-hmm.
and I talked to my good friend Carver, and I gave him the album some years ago. And timing is everything. So I just, as I went through life, going through some things, I said, Carver, I think it's time to do this. And I was just putting a lot of stuff together. It's like I really didn't really honestly didn't even catch it that his movie and all of that came out. I just know that
Mm-hmm.
timing is everything for everybody. You know what I mean? And when the
Mm.
timing is right, you just go. You allow the diamond to shine. So I felt like it's time to allow the diamond to shine because I've been through a lot. And I listened to the album over and over and over again. I was like, she has a story. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're gonna, that's how I came up with the name, me and Carver, her story. So yeah.
Amen. Amen. So you have a single that's dropping like when? Like a few days
It
from
should be
now?
out now, actually.
Oh, it's out today? It's out today?
Yeah, it should be out
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
today.
So tell us about that particular song.
Okay, so that's a part of the MJJ album. That
Mm-hmm.
is. So basically, what you're going to get on the album, you're going to actually get the original sound, the
Mm-hmm.
original track on there. So me and Carver would, we sat and he was like, "How about we revamp it?" I said, "Oh, I'm all for it. I mean, even if we can
Mm-hmm.
revamp the whole album, I'm all for it. Like, yeah, let's do it." So he sent it to me, and Mr. Thomason, he actually sent it to me. He was like, no, Carver told him to do it. Dana Thompson. He said, I think she's gonna love it, but I don't know. Let me let her hear it. Because I have a good ear for music.
Mm-hmm.
Me and music have a thing. I'm in love with music. So
Okay.
he sent it to me, and I was like, oh my God, this is absolutely amazing. I said, you didn't waver too far.
Mm-hmm.
It's just right. It's and my vocals are perfect. It's just right. It's just like my vocals are just so preserved for such a time as this. And I
Mm.
was like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's release it. It's good. So I sent it to the younger generation, and a few people that's like, oh my God, they thought I had went in, and re-recorded
Did a new
everything
thing.
actually.
Okay. Okay.
And they was, they absolutely loved it. And I did. Honestly, I'm an honest person. I listened to it because the sound sounds
Mm-hmm.
so crisp and so clear, even though it sounded like that then. I said, is there anything AI on this? I said, because I'm so original. I'm so just me. I'm so real. And they
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh no, 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 T, it's all you. It was all played. It was all this. I said, yeah, I give you the green light. Let's go. Let's see, his timing is everything. Let's open the door and let's push
Mm.
it.
Amazing. Amazing.
So yeah, I'm so happy that uh Carver could do this for me. And like I
Okay.
said, however the door opens. I'm not trying to jump through the hoops and do all that. It's just I took the diamond, I took
Yeah.
the diamond,
Wow.
and I polished it. You feel me?
I
I took
like
the
that. I like
diamond. Yeah,
that.
I took the diamond and I polished it. I looked through the barrel and I took it and I polished it and I said, there it is, presented.
That's what's up.
So
That's
yeah,
what's up.
yeah.
Okay, so this project now, when is the full project going to be released?
The full project should be released on the 13th of this month.
Oh wow. Okay. And
So
a
I'm
few.
taking everybody back down, as they say, back down memory lane. I'm gonna take them
Okay.
back to the '90s. Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we can at least hear some good music, and that's why when I was listening to it, I said we need to hear some good music.
Mm-hmm.
Just good music because nothing is really ever old. You know what I mean? It's just polished, or it's just like they say, it aged and it's aging like
Well,
fine wine.
I would think that you recorded a record in a time frame when the goal was to sound timeless. Um, so whether you did it 10 years ago, you did it in the future, what have you, it should have that sort of a timeless feel
Yes.
to it, where it
Yes, it
wasn't
does.
like So I'm thinking. I haven't heard much of it, but I'm thinking that more than likely it would be in that vein
Yes.
of a timeless type of a vibe.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
Yes,
I'm
because
sorry.
I've played it. I've played it on Instagram for people, just in, small settings,
Mm-hmm.
and they rock out to it. They rock out to it. They're like, oh, release it, release it. Oh, can I get it? Can I get it? So, like I said, even when I listen to it, I'm like, yo, this music is timeless.
Yes, 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 yes. So that's
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. So now, after this record is out, where are you going to take your artistry? Because this is just a diamond that you worked on, you polished it. But I'm thinking, as a creative, you're probably writing new material, you're probably meeting new producers, new musicians, new
Yeah.
collabs. What's in the cards for Tasha Scott?
What's in the cards for me is to keep pursuing my writing so that
Mm-hmm.
I can continue to tell more of my story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very open to beat makers, producers, which they've already been coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like at this point in my life, if I could be very, very honest, and this is me, my life, my journey, and I want to do it my way and how I feel. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
chasing anything. If that makes sense?
It does. It
I'm
does.
not chasing
It does.
anything, and that when I say that, I'll just say it. I'm not chasing the fame. I'm not chasing the fortune or anything like that. I feel like my gift will make the room at the right time for the
Mm.
right ears and the right people to see. Because now the door has opened so wide for so much to come in. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's not like back then when you had the big dream and you had this and you had to work the 12, the 8 to 12 to 24 hours because you had to do this, this. I don't feel pressured anymore that I'm chasing after that.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, I'm not chasing after it because I was doing it for me, but I was also doing it for my family because there was so much sacrifice that went there,
Mm.
when I was a child. And then as I grew up, there was more sacrifice when I had my own family. So I
Mm-hmm.
was really chasing it to basically provide, make room
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
them. So at this point in my life, I just want to put out good music, feel good. If there's a message for someone that could change somebody. So basically, what I'm saying, I'm not chasing the
Mm-hmm.
fame
Mm-hmm.
or the fortune. I'm just allowing the wind to blow and I'm blowing with the wind.
I like that line. I'm allowing the wind to blow, and I'm blowing with the wind. All right, we got a philosopher in the room here. We- amazing, amazing. Now, is there as like we have producers, songwriters, is there a specific songwriter that you say, what, I would love this person to write a song for me? And is there a specific producer out there where you'd be like, what, I would love this person to produce a record for me? Who would those two people be?
Okay, so I haven't honestly been keeping up with a lot of the new writers and producers. I can't really shout out,
Hmm.
anybody. I'm just being honest.
That's
And
okay.
it's not,
That's fine.
and that's not that I don't do my homework. At a point in my life, I
Hmm.
just allow myself just to listen to music and allow it to make me feel good, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I say that I would definitely go back to those that are still present. I would have loved to work with Quincy Jones. May he rest in peace. I
Hmm.
did get a chance to meet him, but there are still some amazing writers and producers that I see today,
Hmm.
such as Babyface, Jimmy Jam, and Terry Lewis. These guys are still amazing because you know why? And the reason why I say this because they make timeless music.
Yes, yes,
You
yes,
see what I'm
yes.
saying? They make timeless music so that if I
Hmm.
was to work with them, I know that I got a timeless project so that when I'm gone, it's still going to be in
It's still
rotation.
running.
It's still going to play. You understand what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's a
Yeah, I'm with you.
frequency, it's
I'm
a
with you.
rhythm. So in that era of
Hmm.
greatness, that's who I would like to work with because they've been around, they know, they can still hear the different types of frequencies and the
Hmm.
flow of
Hmm.
things. You understand what I'm saying? For
Yeah, yeah.
timeless music. And I was always told you don't want to be an overnight success or one hit wonder. You want
Hmm.
longevity. So this is the reason why I say these type of people because I want the music to still resonate at this time in my life to be longevity.
Okay, and is there a dream collab that
Agree?
yeah, go ahead.
Of course. After seven, baby face. Ooh. I would have loved to have worked with Luther
Ah.
Vandross. My all-time favorite artists. I had two of them. Well, I still. One of them, may she rest in peace, was Natalie Cole.
Hmm.
I know. I know I'm dating myself, but these are great.
It's
These people are
cool.
great.
It's
These
you
people
know,
are great to me, to
yes,
me.
yes,
Diana
yes.
Ross. Diana Ross. I had the chance to sing and be in the company of Michael, but we never recorded anything. But I
Hmm.
did have I did have the privilege to be close, and he was
Hmm.
actually in the studio listening
Mm.
and directing it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
I feel like, I've been around some greats, and listening to that and being present in that moment with them. So yeah, I'm still looking for longevity, because it can happen. Anything can happen. Anything
Yes,
can
yes.
happen. You know, you know, my I just feel like I'm at a time where things are just right for me. And I know I've been saying this and saying this, but you have to repeat it. You have to repeat it until it happens.
Yes, yes. I'm with you. I'm with you. I understand. I hear you. I get it, and I feel the passion behind it too. So that's very, very, very
Yeah.
important.
Oh, the passion is still there. It may
Mhm.
not look as exciting and uh a go-getter like it was in my teens and my 20s and my 30s. Now it's seasoned. You see what I'm saying? It has seasoned itself. It's more understanding. It's more wise.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
rushed. So yeah.
All right, all right. So when guests come on, I like to personalize them a little bit. Now, I do think that all through the interview, we've been feeling the personality anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want you to choke on. Let me let you get your water in there.
Stop. Stop. I saw you drinking your coffee.
You know what was so fun as I'm interviewing you? Um, when Carver called me during the week and you came on for that, like, it was like a minute or two. I mean, I had no idea that
did,
the
did
interview.
did or did he not tell you? You're in for a surprise.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Shout out to Carver.
Shout out to Carver.
I had no idea. I'm like, oh, okay.
What you was
Um,
about to get yourself into.
what am I getting myself into? But it's good, though. It's good. It's good.
Good.
All right.
Good.
So, one of the questions I knew already, but for the listening or the viewing audience, we want to know what is your favorite color?
Ah, red, darling, red, 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 red.
Well, just for the record, I did. So I'm doing this interview now. I did one this morning, and I did one during the week, and everybody's favorite color was red.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
now, blue is still the number one,
Blue
but
is good.
Yeah, blue is still the number one. But it's just interesting that the last couple of people I've interviewed, they like red.
Red.
Is it the moon? What's going on?
It's the moon, darling. It's the moon. I love the moon. You know, I have a nickname, Dad. They call me Moon Child. I'm the Moon Child, Dad.
Okay, okay. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So my next question is: when Tasha is in the kitchen and everything she likes to make for that special dish is in the kitchen waiting to be cooked or prepared or whatever you want to call it, sauteed or baked or fried or stewed or whatever that might be, what dish is that?
It's salmon, darling. I love, love, love salmon. I eat salmon almost every day with a side of rice or broccolini or a sweet potato.
Hmm.
I'm a salmon. I could eat salmon all by itself. Yeah, just
Wow.
salmon.
Salmon.
That's my thing, salmon.
Now, when you prepare it with a side of rice and so on, um, what would you drink with that?
Honestly, it's a mood thing. So I would drink water, but now if I was in a mood, like a mood,
Mm-hmm,
I would
mm-hmm.
drink Stella Rose. I would drink a small glass of Stella Rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, would this be before, during the cooking, or after?
It would be actually both. As I'm
Mm.
cooking, I will sip on my Stella. And then when
Mm.
I'm eating, and I'll sip on my Stella and I have my music playing. You know, just all depend on my mood. Cause I'm a moody girl.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
mood girl. So and if anybody wants to know, I'm a Cancer, so we're moody. So
Okay,
we go
okay.
through the moods. So I'm a mood girl. So I will sip on my Stella as I'm cooking, and then as I'm sitting, the music is playing, and I'm sipping on my Stella. And then I'll also have a cup of water, a bottle of water, you know. But yeah, I'm a Stella Rose. I don't drink, but I do drink wine. I drink
We're not
Stella Rose.
we're not accusing anyone out here. I
Oh
mean,
no, I know, darling. I know.
if you go into the zone and have a drink, then you're having a drink.
Yeah, I'm just having a drink.
Some people
Yeah,
just have a smoke sometimes. They
some
just
people do have a smoke. I don't smoke, but I will have a glass of Stella.
that's what's up. Okay, so my third question would be, who have you been listening to in the last, let's say, week or so in your MP3 player? Who are the folks you've been rocking in the MP3 player for the last week?
I listen to Joe,
The R&B singer Joe?
R&B singer Joe. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Somebody tell Joe I love him.
That I'm in love Joe? I'm in love, round and round.
um, um,
That
uh,
Joe?
uh, I'm in love with Joe.
The I don't want to
I've
be a
always
player
been
no
in love with
more?
Joe. I've always been in love with Joe. I've always been in love with After Seven. But here
Mm,
lately, I have been like if it's R&B, I've been listening to Joe. If it's gospel, I just let it play. I just let that, marinate in my
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
spirit. But like, if I'm just in a just like chill mood, good mood, it's just that feel good music. And then I'll let him play. And then of course you got all kinds of people that roll through there. Anita Baker, you got Luther, you got music soul child, you got all type of stuff that's just
Mm-hmm.
rolling through. But if I'm just like on a repeat and I'm in my like grown and sexy, it's Joe, so yeah.
Wow, I don't think I've ever had a guest that felt so strong about Joe before. We
Hi,
might have to
Joe.
find Joe. We might we have to put her like an APB for just for Joe. That's
No, it's
okay.
just that his music, it speaks to me. That's all. It speaks to me.
Mm,
So yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And I think it's because he's a Cancer. So
Okay.
it speaks to me. Yeah.
So you even know his sign. Look at
Of course.
that.
Of course.
We might have to do some searching. So One question I neglected to ask you, being that you came from the world of acting, is there some acting possibly in the future if it presents itself, or are you just pretty much focusing on the music?
Yes, when I went to Atlanta, I moved to Atlanta and I was there for a year and a half. And I was
Mm-hmm.
actually doing stage plays there. I did
Mm-hmm.
several stage plays there.
Mm.
And I do have I don't want to get it wrong. I believe it's a movie or it's a movie. It's either a movie or
Mm-hmm.
a made for TV movie. It's in the works right now. I do have the script and everything, and they're very, very excited about having me aboard to play the mother of
Okay.
a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful storyline. I really, really love it. I don't want to say too much, but
That's
yeah,
okay. That's fine. I'm just
yeah,
being a little nosy, but I'm happy to understand that you also do theater because sometimes you just meet people that just do TV or movies, but
yeah.
you also do theater.
I sure do.
Oh
I sure
wow,
do. I
wow.
My first theater was The Wiz. I did The Wiz with Grace
Ah.
Jones,
Mm-hmm.
Peebo
Mm-hmm.
Bryson, Tony Terry, Howard Hewitt, and Cece Peniston. We
Mm-hmm.
played The Wiz. I was Dorothy, of course. And
Mm-hmm.
I was so afraid because I had been so used to doing television where you cut and go.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first stage play, and then I went on to do a few more when I went to Atlanta. I would love
Mm-hmm.
to do more because it's so fun. It's on the spot, so it's like my
Mm.
adrenaline gets to going. But now I'm at the point that I can actually say, "Listen, y'all need to slow it down." My brain ain't computing that fast anymore. So if I need you to throw me the line, just throw me the line and then I'll improvise. Is that all? But I
Okay.
would love, 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 love to get in back into more staging. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. But on your terms now.
On my turn.
But on your terms. That's right. That's
Yes,
right. Is there
yes.
any question that I didn't get to ask you that you want to share with the audience?
I don't. I don't necessarily volunteer questions. It's just if you ask me, I have an answer for you.
Okay. All right. I guess that answers that.
Yeah.
How would how would you want folks to stay in touch with you?
Oh well, they can stay in touch with me through Instagram. It's Tasha
Hmm.
Scott, aka Tink. It's Facebook. It's Tasha Scott fan page. I do have a what they call a TikTok, but I'm not really on there. It's just Tasha Scott. Everything across the board is Tasha
Hmm.
Scott. Yeah. And if you can't remember it, all you got to do is Google Tasha Scott. Boom, there it is.
There. Okay. Well, Tasha, this was amazing. As I confessed a few minutes ago, I had no idea that we would be like,
Well, listen, I'm actually, see, I like to feel my way through things, feel the
uh-huh,
energy and
uh-huh.
all of that. So I'm loving this flow because other
Uh-huh.
than that, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick.
I can tell. I can tell.
So it all depends, and it all depends on which way I'm going, and if I have to throw out the six different personalities.
Oh, okay. Well, we happy you stayed in one because I don't know
I
if we
stayed
could
in
keep. Yeah,
one.
we would be like, okay, who is this? So we'd be
Yes, I stayed in one. They're all in there. They're all in there talking about let me up, let me up, let me.
right. This was amazing. This was amazing. Consider yourself family. If you have anything to promote, and Carver knows that too. But if you have anything to promote, hey, shoot it out to us. We will post it for you, share it with the audience, and we'll do our best to make sure that we get the word out there about
Amen. All
whatever it
right.
is you're doing.
Thank you.
So make it a great day, and we're going to do this again.
Amen. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
All right.